like to do now is ask you to please warmly welcome our town mayor, who is going to officially open Whitby Now. So Maurice Hatton, thank you very much, please.
Thank you very much. Well, I don't want to disturb everybody getting the stalls ready and that, but the main thing is that, as the introduction has said, this is the first, and so it gives me great honour to be the first mayor that's been able to open Whitby Now. From what I've seen so far, which isn't a lot, just having walked from one end of the room to the other, it is well worth supporting. I hope that hundreds, if not thousands, of people will be coming through during the day. They'll find plenty to see, and I'm sure later on in the day there will also be plenty to hear. I intend to be in and out most of the day, and hopefully here most of the evening to hear all the musicians perform. It is an opportunity which, up to now, hasn't come. Oh, that was a good one, wasn't it? Up to now, hadn't come to people, probably the younger generation. There's been quite an upsurge of musical events in Whitby recently, but in the punk and rock and the other sorts, which I don't understand particularly well, they haven't been very well catered for. But I'm glad to say Whitby Now are catering for a people of all tastes. I wish them luck. I wish them financial success, which will be one way of making sure they come back again later. And so you can get your stalls done, I will say, you're now officially open, you can sell something.
Thank you.
Thank you, we'll let you know.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Whitby Now. It's my very great pleasure, as a boy who was born and bred in Whitby, to hand you over to a man who actually must be Mr. Whitby. He was here before this beautiful new building was built. He put up with the old one as much as we all have done. Would you please very warmly welcome the man I would call Mr. Whitby, Captain Dennis Cooper.
Well, thank you very much, James. Thank you indeed. And forgive me, it is a bit of a try getting into gear when I get up and down. Well, it is really 30 years ago since we were trying to entertain everybody who came to Whitby, and we must have seen and spoken to thousands of people. And during that time, they had an enjoyable time at Whitby. They enjoyed it. But one of the questions they always asked me when they were going away, at least an awful lot of them did, and they said, whatever do you do in the winter time when we've all gone home? How do you amuse yourselves, or what do you do? So I said, my answer was always the same, of course, and I used to turn around very quiet and say, we have time to live. Now that is quite true, because that is what we have in Whitby, except that when you look around here and all the displays that have been shown here today, and seeing what there has been done for this memorable day, I'm sure you're well aware of what I mean. Many, many hours of work are put into rehearsals, choirs, artists, photographers, and musical instruments and so on, are all contained within your own little sphere, somewhere in the town, somewhere in the district, and once suddenly you get together and you produce this Whitby Now. It is astonishing to find, and I've always found this at Whitby, that what you'll hear played over the next few hours has been going on for a very long time, and the talent in this town is tremendous. And it's just been hidden. Little bits and pieces, choirs have sung in the churches, we've had one or two down here supporting odd things in the theatre and so on. And believe me, put them together, and this is what these boys have been doing over the past month, they have produced this terrific thing we have in front of us. And I'm sure that whatever you all find to do at the end of the season, if you could only go away after seeing today what has happened, and if you can enjoy what has been put on for you and tell other people, it will then get together and knit together what I used to call it was Whitby, having time to live and of course time to enjoy our lives together. So looking around, I say do listen carefully and give them some entertainment and some enjoyment, some support. That's what I'm thinking. And I always think about that Mary Lynchgall, the old Victorian novelist, who called Whitby the haven under the hill. And that's exactly what it is. And we're going to hear some of the young bit from Under the Hill, and that is Statesby School. And where's Ruth gone?
Behind you.
Ruth, stop.
Way back many centuries ago, not long after the Bible began, Jacob lived in the land of Canaan, a fine example of a family man. Jacob says, you don't run into birthday king. Jacob says, you call it
very much for coming. I'd just like to know if you really support the local idea of getting local music out into the open air.
Yes, of course, I think it's a very good idea. How long is it going on for?
It's going on till about 11:30 or 1 o'clock. So there's a variety of different acts on, and something we'll appeal to, of course, is the Whitby Writers Group. It's on this afternoon.
Where did you gather them from?
More unto the breach, dear friends, once more, or close the wall up with our English dead. In peace, there's nothing so becomes a man as modest stillness and humility. But when the blast of war blows in our ears, then imitate the action of the tiger, stiffen the sinews, summon up the blood, disguise fair nature with hard-favoured rage, then lend the eye a terrible aspect. Let it pry through the portage of the head like the brass cannon, let the brow overwhelm it as fearfully as doth the galled rock o'erhang and jut his confounded face, swilled with the wild and wasteful ocean. Now set the teeth, hold hard the breath and bend up every spirit to its full height. On ye noblest English, whose blood is fed from fathers of warproof, fathers that like so many Alexanders have in these parts from morn till even fought, and sheathe their swords for lack of argument. Be copy now to men of grosser blood, and teach them how to war. And you, good yeoman, whose limbs were made in England, let us swear that you are worth your breeding, which I doubt not, for there are none of you so mean and base that hath not noble lustre in your eyes. I see you stand like grounds in the slips, straining upon the start. The game's afoot. Pull your spirit, and on this charge cry, God for Harry, England and St. George.
Oh, Mary, lass, what's this you're doing? And what's this you're getting into? We're respectable folk and we're chapel, so yon city lad'll not do. Your mother was always a mender, your grandma before her was too. I started off low, but I'm head spinner now, so Willie, oi lad's not for you. And I dare say he's young now and handsome, and his eyes are a fine smiling blue. But he's clogs, and he'll always be clogs, lass. Young Willie, oi lad's not for you. He'll never have seats to his trousers, you'll never have jam for your bread, and not a 5 bob a week house like ours is, but a back-to-back midden instead. And 1 kid a year till you're 30, and as a worn-out old woman you'll rue, and that you shook your soft head when your old father said, yon Willie, oi lad's not for you. And I dare say he's young now and handsome, and his eyes are a fine smiling blue. But his clogs, and he'll always be clogs, lass. Young Willie, oi lad's not for you. And when he's 40 and fat with the boozing, and the women his had turned away, when his money on horses is losing, while you've still a rent man to pay, and it's always your fault with your nagging, when the bee makes him nasty and mad, and when you lie there and dread when he wants you in bed, will you still love your Willie, oi lad? And I dare say he's young now and handsome, and his eyes are a fine smiling blue, but his clothes, and he'll So if you want my consent to wed him, lass, I think you'll be wanting a while. And if it's him that you meet at the altar, then it won't be my arm down the aisle. Just cherish your grace while you're young, lass, and dream silly dreams while you can. For when you spent all your youth, you'll have long years for truth, with your lad still a willy oil man. And I dare say he's young now and handsome, and his eyes are a fine smiling blue. But his clogs, and he'll always be clogs, lass, young Willie oil lad's not for you. Willie oil lad.
Read a couple of poems to members of childhood to start off with. The first one is called Mid-February. On days like this, slightly hazy, slightly sunny, cold, we would walk to Daisy Nook and back, Mam, Auntie and me. Daisy Nook where I smelt hawthorn for the first time and couldn't put a name to it. Daisy Nook where we trudged through sludge to the Easter Fair when the world was safe. Loose, loose, goose on the loose, snapping at hose, bare legs and shoes, gruesome. Squealing abuse and shoe, Auntie using her bag as a noose. Luminously the farmer coos, a truce, and the goose retreats. Phew.